And we have returned. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. That was I Know a Safe Place by Ben Crossbones off of the Oregon Trail soundtrack, which, I don't know, I usually use that as my basic go-to zombie thing soundtrack, because it's just so good. Oregon Trail is still one of my favorite games. Well, favorite zombie-themed games, anyway. Though this one is also high up there. And that would be Project Zomboid. It's been a while since I've streamed it. It has not been a while since I've played it, because I've been obsessively playing it since, I think, Friday? Because I had the urge, I had the itch, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I'm having a good time with Valheim, but I want something a bit more extreme. And then I started a new game in Zomboid, and I've been playing it ever since. So I figured, you know what, I may as well stream it. Now, the last time I streamed Zomboid, I was in the middle of doing a ill-advised road trip directly for Louisville, the main city. And I'm going to carry on with that at some point, but not tonight. Tonight, I think what I want to do is I want to, at the very least, begin a brand new game, and I'm going to just play it as per normal, basically. Because the reason why I got really intensely hooked on it the last little while I've been playing it is because, for whatever reason, I think it's finally clicked into my head how to play the game. I don't know. I just feel like I'm having a lot more luck and making sensible decisions, and not just running around willy-nilly and getting myself mauled to death almost immediately. I've also installed piles of mods. I'll talk more about it when I actually get into it, but I feel like maybe some of the sandbox settings I chose made it a little bit too easy to survive, so I might tweak that a little bit, but then again, the character I made in the game I've been playing off stream, I have optimized so that they have the best chance of survival. This one I'm going to do a little differently. This one I'm going to basically try to make myself. Now, I know I've created a character a few times that I've streamed this, that I've physically based off of me as much as I can, but this one I'm going to give the same traits I figure I should have for this kind of thing, so we'll do that. Before I begin, though, I think it was actually yesterday, it was the 3-year anniversary of it, but if you've been on the stream, and if you followed me for this length of time, you may recall that back in January of 2020, before, you know, the shitstorm really hit the world in general, a very specific type of shitstorm hit where I live. A giant snowstorm. Shut down the capital city for a week. And I just want to commemorate that by showing this picture I've shown on stream a couple of times now. That's me in front of my front door. For scale and comparison's sake, I'm about 6'4". Yeah, that's how much snow we had. And the thing I find really funny about this is this past weekend, because we've had some absurdly high temperatures, this past weekend, at least for the span of a couple hours, apparently most of Newfoundland, but especially St. John's in particular, the temperature was higher here than it was anywhere else in North America for like a couple hours. And then it dipped below, I think California got a little bit higher than us after a certain point. But yeah, it was like 14 degrees Celsius here on Saturday. It was insane. And now it's dipped down below zero, and we have another snowfall warning for the weekend. So, you know, that's just dandy. It's just dandy, that is. I don't know. I just think it's funny. I just find some amusement out of it. Anyway. And the other thing I'm going to say is I really shouldn't be streaming something like Zomboid, because I did say to myself, like, in the new year, when I stream, I'm going to actually stream games that have a definitive beginning and end point, because I've got a pile of stuff started. But, as you may recall, if you were here last time I streamed, which was almost a week ago now, I tried streaming Arkham, and the PS4 kept spitting the disc out at me, and that frustrated the hell out of me. And I could carry on with Hat in Time, but I don't really have a controller that connects very well to the PC anymore, so I don't really feel like dealing with that aggravation either. I've been enjoying playing Project Zomboid, so let's just play some Project Zomboid. Let's get in on that action. I say that now, something terrible is probably going to happen and everything's going to fuck up on me, but we'll see what happens. So, like, I've added a few mods and stuff, and with the sandbox settings, it's entirely possible that I've made things a little bit too easy. Although I also don't want to, like, die immediately right out of the gate. So one of the settings I know I've changed distinctly, and I'm going to keep that way, is that I have completely eliminated the chance that a scratch is going to give me a fatal infection. I've still left it that bites are 100% lethal in terms of infection, though. I'm not changing that. Hello, Twin. Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. You need my advice on something? You assume I am semi-good with money? Oh, my friend. Oh, my friend. Although I suppose I'm not bad. I'm not too bad. What is your problem, my friend? I will see if I can help you. What is that? Oh, that's Macho Man. That's not what I meant to change. Yeah, let's reset that. I want to change Zomboid. There we go. There we go. All right, we're good. We're good. But yeah, anyway, I've got a few different mods installed. Let's have a look at the mods, shall we? Some of them I haven't seen yet. This one, I think, gives me the ability to pilot boats. I have yet to see how that works, and I think it adds a new area that I have not gone to yet, because I think it might be a separate map. That's something I think I'll dick around with at some other point in time. This one... pops in a bunch of custom zombies, which is interesting. Plus, I think it gives you a zombie hit list, which we'll have a look at. Plus a few other tweaks with backpacks and things. This gives me trailers that I can have carting around. This one I can't remember. This is handy because it just separates things out. This is a bunch of tools and weaponry. Some rare weapons. I don't know, there's a bunch of different stuff in here. Weirdly, the one that I am most excited about are the True Actions ones, because I like the idea of being able to sit on a chair. Also, there's some dancing. So let's enable the dancing as well. Although turning all these on might actually cause it to conflict, maybe? Oh, that disables the spawning of the magazines. Well, you know what? I'm gonna turn off the VHS one, because I'm not gonna make a character that's illiterate. That's really all that's there for. And that, I believe, is a town of some kind. Okay, anyway, let's see what's going on here. Yakuza 0 to 6 is on sale now on Steam. Total discount price is $40 from $100 plus, but Xbox Game Pass has them for free, but the true gamer in me likes collecting them and seeing them in my Steam library. What would I do? Huh. Now, this is going to be mildly hypocritical of me, because I do have PS Plus. And I've gotten a number of games through that I was originally planning on buying, so I can distinctly say I own them, but then I didn't. One of them actually is a Yakuza game, Yakuza 7. If I were you... Unless you're planning on getting rid of your Game Pass subscription anytime soon, I would probably say I don't know. The frugal side of me wants to say, you know what, just leave it with the Game Pass side of things. However, if you do, like, if you've got a computer that should be able to run the games fairly well, and I was able to run Yakuza 0 with a fairly old video card, so you're probably fine. Honestly, if you've got the money to burn, I'd say get it, you know? Because that way you know you distinctly own it. And even if it gets taken off of Steam for whatever reason, as long as you've already bought it once, it'll still remain in your library. I do have games on... The only time you use Game Pass is when you play with friends, you rarely touch it. Okay, well in that case, you, like, say if you end up getting rid of your Game Pass thing, because you want to save on, like, on money, because I know these monthly subscription things can really add up after a while. I've got a few I haven't used in ages I've been trying to get rid of myself, for example. I just keep forgetting to do it. So in that case, if you've got the money to spare, I would probably say just get Yakuza 0 to 6. Like, just buy it, because that way then you know you own it. The only thing I would say is a step up from that is if you were able to get physical copies of these games, but we all know that that's hard to do with this day and age. But like, even if for whatever insane reason the game gets delisted from Steam, you'll still be able to get it through Steam, unless Steam goes under at some point or another. Because I've got a few games on Steam myself that have been delisted, right? Now, also that being said, depending on how I help you spend your money but make you feel good about it. Well, like I said, that's the thing. If you're not planning on keeping Game Pass, and I know that games can just get randomly taken off of Game Pass without warning sometimes, and you really want to play the games, I say go for it as long as you're not taking the money away from anything else. And even then, if they're not like all in one bundle, I'd suggest getting like maybe half the games. Because think about it realistically. What game is Yakuza 7? That's Like a Dragon. That's the newer one that was more like an RPG. I ended up getting that through PS Plus because that was like one of their monthly games a few months ago. Haven't played it yet because I want to get through the rest of the series first, and I've only just started Kiwami, the remake of the first one. But, yeah, if they're not all clumped together in one bundle and you're buying it through that, I would suggest maybe even, like, just buying the first 2 or 3 games in the series first, because from what I've noticed on Steam, they constantly go on sale on a fairly regular basis. So if you don't think you're going to play all of them in a fairly quick order, just get, like, the first few. That way you're spending a bit less money, and by the time you finish and have caught up with the series, or, like, say you play through the first 3, then the others are probably going to be on sale again. So, you know? But that's just the way I usually do it. Honestly, I might end up playing Kiwami again before I try it, well, playing and streaming Kiwami again before I end up streaming Arkham City again, because I have that digitally on the PS4, and I don't have to mess around with my screwed up, disc tray. We'll see. Oh, that was your plan. Yeah, because 0 to 5 is separated in 2 bundles, 0 to 2 and 1, and 3 to 5. Well, yeah, because 0, 1, and 2. 1 and 2 are remakes that are using the same engine that they used for 0. And 3 to 5 are just remasters, they're not complete rebuilds, so that's probably why they got it split up. So yeah, get 0 to 2. I feel like 0 to 2 is a good way to go. And there's always this debate about whether people should start with the first game or if they should start with 0, the prequel. I would say start with 0, because that way you've got the whole thing chronologically. I had played a fair bit of the original Yakuza for the PS2 before playing 0, so I was vaguely aware of some of the story beats, and they do kind of give you a lot of call forwards in 0 for that. But, I mean, if you play it 0 first, then you get it the other way around, right? You get the connections going backwards instead. And the way that they've redone Yakuza 1 and 2 is they integrate it with the events of 0 better, so it actually seems like one continuous story now, which is great. It's great. So yeah, 0 to 2, I feel like you have a good time. That's it. I'm not going to stream Zomboid now. I'm going to play... Yeah, no, I'm going to stream Zomboid. Also going back to what you said earlier about how these different True Actions mods basically makes it like The Sims. Fun thing about that, the development team for Zomboid, and they've been developing this game for over 10 years now, because I think the first build of this game came out in 2013. They were a group of Sims modders. They used to mod the original Sims all the time. So that's why there's a lot of similarities between this and The Sims, weirdly. Oh yeah, I'm pretty excited about Ishin too, because I think I was saying a bunch while I was streaming Yakuza 0 that, man, you know, it really sucks that that was a spin-off series that they did not localize, because they did 2 of those. They did one for the PS3, one for the PS4. Oh, actually, no, I think they were both for the PS3. I think Ishin might be the second one, so they're not localizing the first, but they're not connected. Like, they're both completely separate stories. They just happen to have the same hook that you're basically playing as. You basically have the entire cast from the Yakuza games. They're just historical figures. Now, it's like Kazuma Kiryu is playing this character. So I don't know, I'm really looking forward to that when it comes out. It's probably going to be quite some time before I get to play it, but we'll see. Anyway, let's make a custom sandbox. Bam. Okay, yeah, see, there's a bunch of different places here. But these are all modded places, so I'm not going to bother with those. There's also a couple of places I've added to the main map here. Vehicle interior. I don't think that's gonna... Dixie, a small trailer park located between Muldraw and West Point. Palace Lake. Small town located away from other locales, equidistant between Riverside to the north and Rosewood to the south. It's going to be a bit lame because it's one of the original areas, but I want to go back to Riverside because I tried doing a run in Riverside once and it did not work out, but I can see some potential there. There's a very specific spot I've got in mind I want to set up a base, and we'll see how well it goes. Alright, now I think Sandbox 2 was the setting that I used before, so the day length is 2 hours? Did I? Oh no, the standard UI is pretty... yeah, it's a bit out there. There's a lot about this game that basically... You need to try it and fail it several times to understand how it works. Now, I don't think I've changed very many let's try that again. I don't think I've installed very many mods that change the UI, but I have changed things around a little bit. See, I had the day length changed to 2 hours for the other game, but 1 hour seems like it's standard. I can't remember why I changed it to 2 hours before. I think it was just I felt rushed with the whole TV schedule thing, but you know what? I think I'm gonna try to keep it at 1 hour. Let's try to keep it 1 hour. Water shut off 0 to 2 months is fine. Electricity shut off 0 to 2 months is fine too. House alarms sometimes, locked houses sometimes. I just find the fact that the house is being locked frequently is pretty annoying, so I've left it there. Food spoilage is normal, that's normal. No loot respawning. For what I've experienced so far, they must have changed it. You can go into Steam Workshop and you just, like, subscribe to the mod, and it basically works, from what I've seen so far, at least. I think some of them you still need to do some screwing around with, because there are some mods that are dependent on other mods, so... I don't really know why this has been changed, but alright. Okay, I think all the nature stuff is something I didn't want to. Sadistic AI director. I really don't like the sleeping event, so I usually leave that turned off. Meta generator sometimes, yeah, all of this is fine. I don't want to change any of that stuff. When you couldn't get Zomboid to work properly, you just set that aside and played 7 Days to Die. Another game that has famously been in development forever. Wildly different. Oddly, I usually find 7 Days to Die to be a lot more forgiving, although you can set it so that it's a lot more brutal. That was something else I was rather obsessed with for a while. Yeah, I think I may have made... I've left that insanely rare. Yeah, see, I don't like the idea of having everything rare, but I also don't know if I want to have it as normal anymore. Because I feel like normal is a bit, might be a bit too... I think I might set the range weapons to rare, because I'm hardly ever going to use them anyway. I'll leave that normal. I don't really want to mess with the food values any. Yeah, let's make the range weapons and the ammunition rare. And maybe the medical too. The rest of it I'll probably leave the same. Let's leave the rest of that fine. Don't want any free trait points. I think I'll change that to medium as opposed to low. I like weapon multi-hit, so I'll leave that there. All clothing unlocked, I don't really know what that means. Enable poisoning, sure, why not? You were in a world with 5 other friends, food was a problem to the point you just kept killing yourself so you could respawn with full stats. Feeding a family is hard. Ain't it ever, though? Especially in the apocalypse. But yeah, no, that's not exactly something you can do in this game, because I don't think there's any option to respawn your character in Zomboid, no matter how you tweak the settings. So, you know, you die, you're just dead. Seven Days to Die multiplayer is fun. I really gotta mess around with multiplayer with this too, but I feel like that's still a bit tangly. Yeah, I like having the mini-map, and I'll keep the world map there. Don't really need to change any of that, I don't think. Transmission saliva only. I'd rather not have them drag me down. The rest of it is fine. I think I've changed this so that they don't respawn as frequently, because honestly, if they just keep popping up over and over again, I find that a bit of a nuisance as well. This is some things for the mods. Jets fly by players causing horde movement. The police will take matters into their own hands and escort citizens around while firing on zombies. News choppers will hone in on any citizen they find and follow them around for a short time. The military will progress through the stages, warn citizens, purge the undead, and then ultimately purge anything that moves. People will conduct aid drops early on in the apocalypse. Samaritans will drop off supplies to help survivors. Survivors will only fly by on scouting missions, causing horde movement. Raiders will hone in on survivors to torment them for some entertainment. I like how a large chunk of this is probably just going to be me setting up the world. I've played a little bit of Stranded Deep. I couldn't really get into it if it's the game I think it is, because that's another thing I got through PS Plus. So I played it a little bit, and I just was like, you know? So anyway, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making a character that's basically me. The only problem with that is I don't know if there's any profession that would line up with my... there's not really any profession that lines up with what I do, right? Because I spent 9 years working in a printing plant, and now I work in a trophy shop and I put stuff together. So, like, I'm moderately skilled at carpentry, I suppose. I guess mechanics as well, though that's more with a printing press than a car. So, although I did work at a garage for a while because my father owned one. Okay, maybe it's best to start fire officer and police officer are right out. Weirdly, park ranger might fit. Because I did spend a lot of time hiking in the woods as a kid, so, you know, I am pretty good at foraging around for berries and shit. I've never done any trapping, though, is the thing. Construction worker... No, that's probably out. Security guard, nope. Carpentry, no. Well, maybe, I guess, but no, honestly, park ranger seems like a good spread of things that I'm probably pretty capable with. Probably not burglar, although I am fairly light-footed and, well, not very nimble, though. I'm a half-decent cook, but I wouldn't say I'm a chef. You wondering if I'm talking about my in-game stats or my real stats? Both! Because I'm trying to make a character that closely resembles me. Honestly, repairman might work. Because I'm pretty good at making ad hoc fixes for stuff, and I'm halfway decent at building things. Farming, no. Fishing, no. Doctor, no. Veteran, most certainly not. Nurse, no. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. No. Not fitness instructor, not burger flipper, not an electrician. I mean, engineer half works, I guess, because I'm also halfway decent with electrical because I built my computer and stuff. Not metal worker, not mechanic. See, there's a couple that would kind of work. I'm leaning towards either repairman or park ranger because they seem like they're the ones that would most fit me. And it's probably repairman, honestly. Okay, so I got -4 points to spend. They're the exact same in terms of points. Alas, there is no streamer class. Alas. I don't know, might help in keeping people entertained if you're part of a group. I mean, it's not like you can entertain them by playing video games after the power goes out, but yeah, I'm sure you find a way around it. There's board games. Okay, maintenance, short blunt, strength, and carpentry. See, I'm not terribly strong these days, though, is the problem. But everyone that fits my general skill set seem to increase strength as well, so I don't know. I mean, I could always go unemployed. I was that for quite some time. Yeah, let's go repairman. See how repairman is. So, okay, so I gotta make up some negative points. So, here's where I start really giving myself a complex while pointing out all of my negative traits. Here we go. Sunday driver is a definite one, because while I do know how to drive, I have not driven in quite some time. So, that means I drive a little bit slow. That makes sense. Modern Times makes it so. Zombie apocalypse, if you can find a generator to power your small base, Nintendo Switches and Steam Decks are the norm. Yeah, there you go. Fire up the generator, boys, and gather around. Watch me play Mario Kart. I am definitely short-sighted, so I'm gonna have to take that. I'm not really too clumsy. I don't really have a weak stomach. I'm not agoraphobic or claustrophobic. Despite my height and the way I normally dress, conspicuous is not actually a thing. I'm fairly inconspicuous, really. I'm definitely not hard of hearing. Okay, we got any, like, real bad ones? I'm not deaf. I'm not necessarily weak. I'm not underweight. That gives me -4 fitness, so that balances that out. I don't know how unfit I am. I'm not really underweight. I don't like to think I'm a slow learner. I'm not really a... I am a restless sleeper. So I might have to actually take restless sleeper, although I might end up balancing that out by... I actually don't need to sleep much. Well, let's try it. Restless sleeper. So loss of tiredness while sleeping. I am fairly out of shape. I'm not, like, wickedly out of shape, but I'm sort of out of shape. Wonder if it would be insensitive and offensive to play a zombie survival game during the apocalypse. No, I'm going to take another tack on that. I'm going to say that it's a learning tool. See, it'd be real nice if you were able to offset the short-sighted thing by wearing glasses, but I don't think that's actually the case. Needs more water to survive. That's not really fear of blood. Not really. I'm not asthmatic. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to take out of shape, though. I'm a little bit out of shape. I'm not a smoker. I don't need more sleep. I'm not overly prone to illness, no more than anybody else. Honestly, I am rather pacifistic, but I don't think I'm going to take that trait. I'm pretty disorganized, but I don't know if I'm going to take that trait either. If I need to make up some extra points, I might. Alright, so what we got? Ironically, despite the fact I'm short-sighted, like legitimately in real life I'm short-sighted, I do see fairly well at night, so I will take cat's eyes. I need less sleep, which I think just completely cancels out that somehow, or at least a little bit. I'm most certainly not graceful. I am inconspicuous, though. Because for a guy my size, I very frequently startle people. Not really. I'm not a gymnast. I'm not a brawler. I've only got 3 more points I can do. Unless there's something on the higher end of things here that really sounds like me. I mean, I'm relatively handy, but I feel like the repairman stuff kind of balances that out. Alright, well I got 3 more points. What can I use them on? Honestly, I am a fairly fast reader, and weather doesn't really affect me too much. Well, I'll take fast. The problem is, if I take outdoorsman, I gotta pick up another negative trait. See, it sucks when you, you know, unbalance the traits like that. Like, I've been playing this for about half an hour, and this is only as far as I've gotten. Watch now, I spend all this time and I die right out the gate. See, I want to keep all of these positive traits, though, is the thing. I'm thinking real hard. I'm probably thinking too hard. You know what? Let's just take off outdoorsman and leave it at that. I'm just gonna have 1 extra point. Because I'd sooner have the fast reader perk, I think. Screw it, let's do it. Save that just in case I feel like changing it sometime down the line. Not time to make me. Another thing I might do is I'm probably just going to have it, it's like, you know what, I'm only going to wear stuff I would probably wear myself. Meaning the minute I find a cowboy hat, it's never leaving my head. I'm a pale motherfucker, but I'm not that pale. Yeah, I think the grungy hair is the one that most fits me. Black. Stubble. And we got a beard. Full beard. Oh, I can start with a hat. Probably the bucket hat. I mean, I do own a fedora, but I basically never wear it. and a lot of the hats I have are similar in style. But I also own a bucket hat that is a real nice one for the summer, so. And that's exactly the color it is. Perfect. No vest, denim shirts, formal. I most frequently wear t-shirts, so that seems like it's going to be the best thing to go with there. Yeah, there we go. T-shirt and jeans, my standard wear. Yeah, I think I'll just keep, like, shoes. Alright, there we go, that's me. Okay, let's see what happens. At long last, I have begun. And after all that, like I said, I'm probably going to die in the first 10 minutes. Alright, so there's a specific game plan I have in mind. Because I think I actually streamed a little bit of this when I was in Riverside once before, and there's a storage facility down next to a trailer park at the outskirts of town. The storage facility is mostly fenced off, so my end goal is to try to get in there, completely wall off the rest of it. And there's a big forest next to it for getting materials to build shit. And there might be some cars in there, and there's a gas station just down the road. And there's probably a pile of goodies in the storage units, so I want to get down there and clear that place out, and that's going to be home base, I think. Problem with that is, it doesn't have... I think it's got a small fridge, and a microwave, and a TV, and that's it. So, I'm going to need to transfer in or build some stuff. And I begin, and it's immediately a foggy day. Son of a bitch, I'm going to die. I am going to die. And there's no curtains on that. I'm just here enjoying my favorite TV show, The Cook Show. I don't know about you, but a good chicken soup solves everything. Nourishing, mood-lifting. Smell of home, you know? Sir, you need some cooked chicken. Broil, fry, bake, your choice. Get yourself a pot of water. Add it in, bring it to the boil, and add bell pepper, onion, potato. Don't matter if anything's getting stale. Soup fixes everything, which is hilarious because I'm not a big fan of soup. And don't forget those dry ramen noodles and you twist of pepper. Bam! Chicken and noodle soup. Guaranteed to lighten a rainy day. See y'all tomorrow. Well, that mod seems to work at least. Chicken ants! Can I stop dancing? Okay, I was gonna say, how do I stop dancing? Okay, for the love of God, is there anything here I can use as a weapon? Got some processed cheese. Oh, there's a can opener. I definitely have to take that. Ah, there's a frying pan. Quite often the first weapon I start with in any game of this. Now, where the hell am I? Okay, I think I actually need to go up and down that way to get to where I want to go. I may as well take the griddle pan too, just in case. Pile of trash out on my lawn? Ooh, first aid volume 1. And I'll take that pen as well. I want to make some notes. Take those beta blockers. That's the front door. I'm sure I'd look adorable in that skirt, but it's not going to give me much in the way of defense. Or some horrible thing just occurred to me. Is this fog, or is this the fact that I can't see because I'm short-sighted? There's a car up there. It doesn't look like it's in great shape, but it's better than nothing. I don't think I want to worry about that right now, though. Oh, actually, I know where I am. I'm not where I thought I was originally. Okay, that zombie doesn't see me. Oh, one of them has a backpack. Well, looks like we're gonna make a start of it right now. I'm gonna have to... Oh man, there's so many of them, but I need to try to kill... I need to try to kill as many of these things as I possibly can. Backpack boy seems to have spotted me though, which is good. I want what he's got. Ooh, he's got a hunting knife. Alright, let's attach that to my right belt. And... let's wear those boots. Nice to have me a pair of shit kickers. Somebody else down there with a, I was playing the music as if something sees me. There's another one down there with a bag, but I don't know if I want to deal with it. Let's equip that. Yeah, let's actually wear that, and we'll take this. And actually, I need to run right back to the house again, because it's soon time for more life and living. I guess that's the problem. Maybe that's why I changed it to the days being a little bit longer before. Because I feel like I just barely leave the house and then I have to run back to catch TV again. Because I think it plays 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock, 12 p.m., and then 6 o'clock in the evening. Kind of stuff they teach at kindergarten. You like floors? I like floors. Take a plank and nail like this. Take your hammer and... bang bang. Looks kind of nice like that, huh? Bang bang. Know what else is good for practice? Sign. Write whatever you like. Hunk at work, maybe? Bang bang. Like that, ladies? Leading y'all straight to me. Tomorrow we're taking off the training wheels. Door frames, here we come. I love the Woodcraft host. The incredibly horny Woodcraft host. Alright, we're off to a relatively good start. Ooh, what do you have? Stone axe and a splitting axe. Okay, let's attach that to the back, and we'll put that in the bag. Okay, I feel like I'm having too good of a start, you know? Oh, I thirst. First things first, let's actually stop in there to see if any of those cars work. I have a welding mask? I suppose there would be a bunch of mechanics here, wouldn't there, all things considered? Now, I'm gonna want to take that welder mask. Then we get a bitchin' guitar solo. I don't know that I remember hearing this particular song. Yeah, the sooner I can find a car, the better. So... I hear angry zombie noises. Oh, that zombie sees me, that's why. Ha! Screw you! You know, I actually haven't even looked at my skills. Short blunt, maintenance, carpentry's pretty high to begin with. I suppose it would be, though, considering the thing I took. I think I'm beginning to regret setting the time as regular, though, because... I don't know, I feel like I'm blowing through my day a lot faster. That's right, you keep humping that window. Oh, I didn't think that was gonna work. Have to keep in mind that cooler is there. That's going to be useful later. Take the scissors. Take the pen. No, I'll leave the pencil for now. I'm going to want some writing material at some point. Definitely take the paper clip. That'll be useful. Take the radio. Matches. Paper clip. This particular character is not a smoker, but I'll take that all the same. Ooh, empty bottle. Yes, please. That'll solve my water problem. Take one of the notebooks, too. Because I plan on actually taking notes of the things I am missing and that I need to collect. So we seem to have a few serviceable vehicles here. I don't know how good they're gonna work, but... see if I can sneak up on the zombie and stab it in the back. I think you can get an insta-kill. Well, at least you can if you don't get spotted. Oh, well, that was fast. May as well just leave that. Not much sense in keeping it. Yeah, let's equip the splitting axe. Let's investigate these cars. That's got some bitchin' hood detailing. Is there a key? Take the twine. Yeah, don't really need to worry about that. I'll take the batteries, the eraser. Yeah. No key, though. Problem is, a lot of the cars in here might be in pretty rough order. It is a junkyard, after all. I don't want to gather up too much crap yet, though. I'm gonna weigh myself down. I just gotta keep in mind what's here for now. I'll take the plastic bag. What you got stuck in you? A letter opener. Ooh. How handy. Wait, didn't I pick up the plastic? I did. Me and my shopping bag of crap. Oh, not that there's much crap in it just yet. This truck looks like it's in decent shape. Well, except for the crumpled hood, but that buffs out. Wine. Tire, gas can. Well, we got a few empty gas cans, that's good. Take the bandages. Everything else can stay for now. Of course, you know, I'm checking these vehicles to see if any of them work. I'm not going to be able to get out. Well, I think I might be able to tow that. Or at the very least, dismantle it, I guess. But I need certain materials to dismantle it is the problem. At this point, I guess I'm just better hoarding as many supplies from this place as I can. Oh, I need a screwdriver. First aid kit won't go astray. Oh, there's a lot of zombies kicking around. And I think a number of them actually see me, but they gotta work their way around, don't they? Oh, there's a key for this place. By this place, I mean this car. Let's have a read of that. It's for Louisville. Old fuck with house full of food and no guns. Just don't bring the whole fucking horde with you this time. I'm assuming they didn't get very far. Well, I'll keep the key. Key doesn't really weigh anything. I doubt any of these vehicles work all that well. Wouldn't be that lucky. It's the goggles, they do nothing. I'll take the box of screws. 2 more annotated maps, I'll have a read of those afterwards. And now I'm carrying too much shit. No, I'm fine. Oh, this actually has... This vehicle moves a little. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep in mind that this thing is serviceable. Toolbox, sack, plank. Okay, not only is that thing serviceable, it's got some stuff I might need in it. I can't carry anything else though. Oh, how about this one? This one looks like it's in rougher order. Anyway. I hunger. It's almost time for my TV. Let's get back to the house. I'm not making as much progress as I would have liked at this point, but here we are. Oh, a lovely car accident down there. Now, if I can't just straight up dismantle this thing... I can, yeah. I need a propane torch, though. And a welder mask. I might be able to tow it out of the way, but I don't think I can. I left the window open. Why did I leave the window open? I might have all kinds of visitors in there now. I got a few right there. Oh shit. Oh shit, there's a bunch down there too. I want to kill that one though. Line up, everybody! Leave me the fuck alone! Hello, Baked. Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. You didn't get the notification I went live. The dastards. How dare they? Oh, look, there's a zombie in the house. That's what I get for leaving the damn window open. Can that be sneaky? Nope. I'm missing my TV show, damn it! There's another one at the door, but I'm missing my TV show. I need to learn how to fish. Leave me alone. Yeah, I think I'm regretting not extending the day. I should have done that in the settings, but, well, I made my bed, I may as well lie on it. But yeah, it's real weird you didn't get the notification. Strange. Okay. Let's let that thing in before it breaks the door down. Oh, it turns out you did get the notification, you just didn't hear it. Well, alright then. I'll forgive you, I guess. I'll forgive Twitch, I guess. Alright, so the lesson learned here, kiddos. Close the goddamn window. Now I'm going to eat half a tub of ice cream. Or I hunger. Alright, so I don't plan on staying in this house for terribly long, as proven by the fucking corpses I have in here. So, I'm just gonna stow stuff away for now here, just so I'm not over encumbered while I gather up stuff and make a plan of attack to get to where I want to go. Alright, so I'm not really planning on using the welding mask as armor, even though I probably should, but I feel like I myself would not wander around wearing a welding mask for an extended period of time, and this character is supposed to be as close to me as he possibly can. So, you know, yeah. Although I'm honestly doing a bit of metagaming by carrying the, cigarettes. Because if this character dies, I'm going to make the one I'm playing as in my other game. And I've given her the smoker trait, so, you know. Alright, that'll do for now. Alright, let's hop back out and check out what goodies the zombies I killed earlier have on them. Let's kill this zombie and see what goodies he's got on him. I still forgot to turn off my Twitch overlay, didn't I? Or did I? I don't know, I think a thing might have popped up, not sure. Anyway. Okay, there's still a bunch of them kicking around, but... You just ate half a tub of ice cream. Why are you still hungry? Oh, what's this Joker got on him? Tokai Renaissance Key. If he came from the north, his car must have been up there somewhere. Let's put on those gloves. Take the gas mask, so I doubt I'll wear it. And we have, a hiking bag. Yeah, okay. Let's put that bad boy on. Let's attach that to the belt the knife is on. Well, the plastic bag is probably pretty useless now, but... And seeing as how I'm hungry again... I left the goddamn window open again! Well, I'm probably gonna have some more friends waiting for me inside if I'm not careful. Sneak attack! Just in here with all my friends. Alright, we got something I can have, like, as a quick snack. Or am I just going to eat more, I guess I'm just going to eat more ice cream. Fuck it, let's eat the rest of the ice cream. Oh, am I still carrying the frying pan and the griddle pan? I am, yes. Yeah, let's pop that in here somewhere. I may as well put the can opener in there too. I know I'm going to want to come back here after to collect my things. Alright, so goal number first is I want to get down to the bar. I have a vehicle I can use in there, but the problem is... Well, it doesn't have a lot of gas for one, but I can siphon some. There's plenty of gas tanks. Getting that out of the way is going to be a problem, because I don't know if I can tow it or not. If I can, great. You know, the whole point of going back there was so I could get more food, and I didn't. Maybe I'll find chips or something. It's not much good. Oh, the dude with the survivalist gear that I killed. That's his car. Let's see what goodies he's got in there. I like this axe. Where are you going? This axe is my only friend. With this axe, I rule. The lock is broken. I think I've already got a screwdriver somewhere. Okay, can I get in on this side? I cannot. Oh, this car has a little bit of gas. Alright, so I don't need the... Well, I mean, the other vehicle's probably better than this one anyway, but... this should be enough to get me where I want to go. Thing is, I probably shouldn't go down to the area I want to get to in the middle of the fucking night, so we're gonna wait. And there's an empty gas can. Perfect. Alright, so I'm not going to bother with any of the other gas cans just yet. Problem is, of course, I'm going to need to siphon gas at some point, probably. Although I might have some pretty decent fuel mileage on this thing, so maybe it's not so bad. Alright, let's pop the gas can back in there for now. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about taking all the stuff out of this house just yet. Let's actually eat the rest of that tub of ice cream now, like a monster. And I'm gonna leave the car where it is, and I'm gonna scoot on down to, the bar, because there might be some good stuff down there. Maybe I got some decent whiskey. This is me. If I find whiskey at the bar, and I hope I do, maybe I'll have a little drinky poo myself. Video game imitate life. I am covered in so much blood. Oh yeah, I see the reason why the window didn't close before. I turned away too quickly. I've killed 23 zombies in 13 hours. Go me. Now it's getting pretty late, but I also have the wakefulness trait, so... If I remember the layout of this town correctly, then the bar is down here. It pays to kill as many zombies as I possibly can because I don't want to get blindsided at the last minute. On the other hand, maybe I should switch over to the... Well, how much... No, we still got plenty of condition on this. Oh shit! That could have been a problem. I gotta keep in mind that, much like myself, this character doesn't exactly have the best eyesight. And it's getting dark, so this is probably a terrible idea. Alright, let's skirt around them. What time is it anyway? In real life, not in the game. No, 10 o'clock. Pretty close to what time it is in the game. Now, last time I played in Rosewood, or not Rosewood, Riverside, this bar is a spot I was originally intending to set up. I think the storage facility might be a bit more defensible, though. Might also have more zombies in it, so, you know. Ooh, there's a truck. I don't know what shape the truck's in, but there's a truck. Shit. I really don't want to break open a window if I don't have to. There we go. Anybody home? I'll take those empty bottles. Probably going to be a terrible idea, but... Wine, cigarettes, cards... Take the chips. Might be feeling a bit peckish later, don't you know? Lighter, cigarette, beer can... Ah, there we go. Bar food. Perfect. Still no whiskey. This game takes... Ah, there we go. I was gonna say, this game takes place in Kentucky. Where the hell's the bourbon? Okay, I might have stocked up on too much alcohol. I probably don't need it. Alright, I mean... It would only make sense for me to have a pool cue. I haven't played in the pool league for a few months, but makes sense. Oh look, bleach. Let's not take the bleach bottle right now. 120 cigarettes, goddamn. Chips. I was kind of hoping I'd find a baseball bat back here. I always thought there was an upstairs to this place, but I guess not. Ooh, here we go. Duct tape, box of nails. Mousetrap will be handy later, as will the turps. Yeah, no, I don't want to carry too much stuff right now, though. Sponge? Okay, this is going to be a dangerous and risky proposition, but let's head back and try to get some sleep. If I skirt wide around where I saw that horde, hopefully I won't run into them. Then come the morning. Nom nom nom. Come the morning, I'll wake up. Grab a brush, put a little makeup. Wait, no. I could do that though, I have found a few makeup kits. But yeah, no, I'll wake up, I'll hop in that car, and I'll see how far I can get down to the road, get down the road to my more permanent home. Looks like there's a number of them over there too. All a joy? What's a joy? What are you talking about? Yeah, the rest of this stuff I think I'm going to leave here for now. Because I want to travel a bit light until I get myself permanently established somewhere and then come back and pick this stuff up later. I just want to make sure that I have, well, I'm going to need the nails certainly, and the hammer is important. I think there's a saw in the toolbox, so I'm going to want to take that too. Yeah, I'm going to want to take the screwdriver. The scissors might be important as well. Didn't I find the toolbox? No, I think I left it down there. Alright, I don't want to worry about that too much yet. Probably find a saw somewhere else. If not, I'll know to come back for it. There's no windows in this room. That's good. That's a good thing. Okay, I'll be right back. Probably stream for another half hour to an hour, but I need to go grab something. Give me a moment. Alright, I have returned. And well... it's not bourbon, but it will suffice. It's that peanut butter whiskey. I have a little bit of that, while my character has a little bit of the bourbon. And he has himself a little sleep. And then we'll see how far I can get in that broken down. This trip might make or break this particular character. Honestly, if he does, I might restart this world again and just change it so that the days last a little bit longer. Because I didn't realize it was going to make that much of a difference. Okay, let's drink a quarter of this bottle of bourbon. Delicious. I was slightly tipsy and then fine. Let's set an alarm. I don't want to miss the TV show if I can help it. It's my watch. There it is. Set alarm for 5:20. That should give me plenty of time. And sleep. Wait, what? Okay, that was weird. It told me I was sleeping, but then I was not. Actually, rather than that, I'm going to want to fill up as many bottles as I can, I think. Because if the car breaks down in the middle of the road, there's a bit of a stretch. There's a bit of a stretch between my destination I want to get to and here. I got plenty of snack food to eat along the way. I think I'll take those canned sardines too. The rest of it I'll leave. I'll hopefully find some more food along the way to my destination. And I don't think there's really anything in particular I want to take out of here yet either. That can stay. All that can stay for now. I'll keep the annotated maps. I'll put away the gas mask. Alright. And now we sit. Oh. That's actually a bad idea, because then I am overburdened. Severely. Oh shit, where's the bag? I think I can cook. Cook mighty fine as rabbit. Now rabbit's a light flavor. Light flavor. So in today's stew, we're gonna back it up with bacon. Everyone likes bacon, huh? Damn right we do. Cook your rabbit meat, add to a pot of water, and then throw in your bacon, your tomato, your onion, your carrots if you want. And then if you're like me, just a bit of salt for flavor. 70 minutes on high heat'll do you. Bam! Looks good, huh? Split into 4 bowls, or 2 if you're hungry. See y'all tomorrow. Now hopefully I'm not going to need the, hopefully I'm not going to need the first aid skill too much, but... I just see... Okay, I thought I saw a pile of zombies up there. That would have been nice. I'm being sarcastic, of course. Alright, let's see if I can get somewhere with a TV before noon. Alright, I think I'm gonna toss the school bag in the back here just to lighten my load, just in case. I cannot. Oh man, this car has no storage capacity. Alright, I might be able to toss it on one of the seats. By one of the seats, I mean the only other seat that's in the car. Holy cow. Yeah, no. This is only going to be good enough to get me from point A to point B, but I gotta find a better vehicle eventually. And remember, I have the Sunday driver trait, meaning I can't go any faster than this. Which might be a blessing in disguise, because I've come pretty close to putting a car off the road in this game before. And a car wreck will kill you just as surely, if not easier, than any zombie can. Alright, if I'm lucky, there's not going to be too many along the road just yet. I remember last time I played in this area, there were dozens upon dozens of them along this highway. Oh, this might be bad. I should have done a quick inspection of the vehicle before I started going. Alright, just keep driving, man. Don't let up. That's a clown! This was a bad idea. This was a terrible idea. Well. Alright, let's go. I gotta run. Alright, well, my school bag full of crap is in that car. That includes all the food I packed for the trip, and of course, as soon as I say that, I get hungry. Fucking A. I should have put some in the hiking bag. Alright, let's dive through the trees here. This might be the only way to get away from them. Because if I can lose them in the trees, I can skirt around and hopefully find something to eat over here. Because I don't think I'm too far from my destination. God, this was a bad idea. I should have just stayed closer to my starting area until I was absolutely certain I was well provisioned and kitted out. Okay, so there's a factory just there. If I remember the layout of town right. Yes. Alright, so there's a factory there, which means that the storage facility that I'm looking to set up in is just past these trees. And I think there's a trailer park across the street from it. And there's a caretaker's house right in front of the trailer park. And I think that's where I'm going to want to hang out first. No! I have no idea why I'm using full Q. It would just make more sense for me to use the splitting axe. I'm just going to use the splitting axe. Alright, this is harrowing, but if I can thread through the trees... Just keep moving. I don't need to move very fast. I'm faster than they are no matter how quickly I'm moving. Unless I break a leg or something. So if I go through the trees, I'll lose them in the trees. I hear you grunting and groaning back there, buddy, but that don't mean shit to me. Alright, so here's the storage facility. This is where I plan on setting up when I can. Because that's a double high fence. The zombies can't scale that. I think I can if I take a good run at it, but they can't. So I'm pretty sure that there's no way they can actually break that down, considering it's pre-generated. So as long as I wall off the front entrance, the only spot I've got to worry about them breaching is there's a window on this side. But if I reinforce the window, I should be good. I like how my journey immediately botched, basically. Car breaks down halfway here. After attracting every zombie under the sun to my position. Smart, see? Really knew what the hell I was doing, didn't I? Alright, if I remember correctly, there's a TV in here and a small kitchen, so I should be able to find some food. Alright, I don't want to break that window if I don't have to. Is the door unlocked? And there's no vehicles there. Shit. Okay, Alright, good, they didn't see me. Oh no, there's some vehicles there. Truck looks like it might be in halfway decent shape. Door's locked. Thank God. I gotta find some sheets and planks to cover all this shit up right quick. Oh, there we go, chips. I eat all those chips. Nom nom nom. Alright, so there's the TV. Still a ways off from needing to watch some Life and Living yet. Blue magazine. Oh, my notebook that I had was gone too. Alright, we'll take the notebook and the pencil. I'm gonna want to make a list. Oh, I should probably make sure I'm not alone. Or I am alone, I should say. Ooh, pie! Oh, there's a freezer too? It's a mini fridge, but it's better than nothing. Well, seeing as how I'm here, let's scope out this area. Make sure I'm alone. Alright, what we got here? Mop. 2-point rifle sling. Okay. This is firearm carry encumbrance. Good, good, good. Plunger. Oh, pipe wrench probably isn't too bad. As a weapon, I should say. All straps. Okay, we don't really have anything fantastic in here. But it's not bad all the same. Okay, I was gonna go up and check out the house up there, but... Ah! Okay. seeing as how we're here, let's check out this area because I want to clear this out if I can. Okay, that's the key for this. Alcohol wipes. Well, there's no need to take any of this crap because it's not like... Alright, that's more or less empty. Got a key for it, though. The more vehicles I've got keys for, the better. Wine, plastic bag. Well, I got my school bag left behind, so it's probably just as well to take that plastic bag. I gotta head back to the road and get that at some point. Hi, friend. Bye, friend. Oh, shit. Well, you check your corners, friends. Okay, he had a key for a vehicle, but I don't know what that... I'm finding a lot of keys in this particular run-through for some reason. Don't know why that is. I'm not complaining. Jesus, how many are up there? I also like how those two guys looked almost exactly the same. Oh, there's another one. Okay. If you're wondering why I'm taking all the watches, I plan on dismantling them to get electronics skill points when the time comes. I'm ways off from that yet. Oh shit. Speaking of skill points. I got the first aid book left in the school bag, don't I? Ah, damn it. Oh well. Well, while I'm watching TV, I can make my list. And here I am, bloodied, battered, terrified. Alright, let's call this my wish list, perhaps? Call it a wish list. Alright, so I definitely need a hammer, which I have. Intermediate. Well, I need to listen to this. It's like a scene, you fellas face, ladies. Need a wall in there, a big one. 3 nails, 3 planks. Take that hammer end. Bang bang. That there's a piece of wall. Neat, huh? Now doors and windows. That's the end game. There's one thing you can do for them right now, mind. And that's find them a place to hang. Window frames, door frames, all the same to me. 4 planks and nails, let's go! Bang bang. There you go, ladies. Most fun I had recently with my shirt on. I love how horny this guy is all the time. Next time, intermediary, part 2. Find somewhere you can rest that sweet behind. Chairs, don't miss it. Woodcraft. I'll continue making my list later. Alright, my question is, what is the Franklin whatever the fuck that guy had the key for? Is it this thing? It is! The hell was that? Oh, this actually has a little bit of gas. It's not necessarily in great shape, but it has a little gas. Let's start. Okay, that'll be my new vehicle. Until that craps out on me. Well, I hunger again. Maybe I'll eat you! No, don't eat the zombie. For the love of God, don't eat the zombie. There's a vending machine down here. Maybe they got some snacks. Nobody hiding in the little alleyway, thank God. Ah, there we go. Alright, they'll have to do for now. Okay, so my main goal is I should probably clear this place out as much as I can. Also check what goodies we have, because if I can find like some decent weapons and shit in here, I'll be golden. Problem is, there's a lot of these I'm probably not going to be able to open up just yet. That's a generator. That's going to be real important later. Gotta be methodical about this or I'm gonna get myself killed, so one side at a time, one door at a time. Be mindful of those open doors because there might be some nastiness in there. And we got 3 guys up there. Why are they playing the angry zombies want to kill me music? That's the only one that saw me. Okay, that right there might be a good spot to lay my head for the night later. It's better than sleeping on those little bench thingamabobs in the main office. Oh my, you have a thing in you. Well, seeing as how I've lost my other screwdriver, it's just well to say I don't even have that thing anymore. Planks. Some toys in case I get bored. Emergency broadcast on this thing. Nope, not that lucky. I'll take average bed quality. What an odd batch of things to have in there. Looks like a gun safe. Alright, let's close that door. I don't want anything to wander in there without me knowing it. Come on, darling. Let's dance. Eventually, when I find some heavy-duty tools, I'll be able to beat these doors down and see what's inside. Alright, before I check out the doors on that side, so I don't get hit with any nasty surprises. I know there's at least one more zombie over here. Some over on that side of the fence too, but they can't tear down the fence, I don't think. Nah. Oh boy, a credit card. I'm gonna run up so much of a limit on this person's card, and they don't even care because they're dead. Now, I think the odds are I'm not going to be able to open up any of the fertilizer. That's going to come in handy later. I'm not ready to plant my own crops yet. Fat lot nothing. Oh boy, a computer. I truly can stream in the apocalypse, like Twin said. Okay, there's another friend there. Yeah, I think most of these doors probably aren't going to open. Should have closed the other one so I would not be caught off guard, but... What's that, I wonder? That looks like it should be something. Maybe it's a fat lot of nothing. Forging is something else I'm only just kinda only barely learning how to use in this game. Very important, but I just don't really, There's a zombie locked in one of these containers. Can't tell which one. It's one of the ones in this area, I'm sure. Sounds like it might only be one or two. Oh, hello. Skill books. Fuck yes. Cooking Volume 2, Foraging Volume 2, 4, 2, 3. Alright, so they're none of the lower skill ones, but... I think cooking is the only one I can probably use. Not yet. Soon I can use the cooking one. Alright, we got a couple of generators, which is gear. Who wears short shorts? Not me. Yes! Oh, there's so much goodness. That right there is replacing that pool cue. And the sledgehammer is going to be very important. I'm going to leave it there for now. But with that sledgehammer, I can, quote-unquote, unlock all the areas here. Specifically, I'm going to be able to break down this here. Okay, that's locked. There might be some real good shit in there, I don't know. That remains to be seen. Alright, this is some good shit. We got some good shit. Alright, let's pop the skill books in there. I can't actually read any of them yet, but they're good to have. I think I'll keep the solid screwdriver and stuff, because I'm gonna need that. Oh man, the nails I found. The nails I found, which are gonna be very important to trying to barricade this place. They're in the school bag in the car. Shit. Oh well. Alright, let's have myself a little sit, and I'll, work on my wish list while I'm waiting for the, TV to come on. Alright, so hammer, check. It's not a check mark, but I've got it. I'm also gonna need a saw and a screwdriver, which I do have. Saw, check. Screwdriver, check. Okay. Okay, so this page will simply be tools. So I need a hammer, saw, screwdriver, sledgehammer. It's in a storage unit. Just so I know that it's not in, like, my main stored area. I need a shovel. Need a crowbar, which I have. And a rake, I think they're called? I don't have any of those yet. Alright, I think more I'll add them. So you're a million miles from civilization, right? You got a camp. You got a water supply. But you're in for the long haul. It's Robinson Crusoe, right? Time to farm. Don't get anywhere without seeds, so fine. Take a trowel, a shovel, hell, maybe even your bare hands. Dig some earth. Then sow seeds and then water them. Keep them watered, don't trample them. And watch the sky. Watch the skies, traveler. You're at the mercy of the elements here. Who doesn't like a carrot, eh? Till next time, guys. I'm gonna eat all that fucking pie. Delicious. Alright, now I really want to break down the door so I can go figure out, so I can figure out what's back there, but I think that's going to be best suited for when it gets real dark. Right now I want to blaze a path up to the house that I know is up here. Because I need food. I know I need food. And I'm also gonna need, yeah, that's that crowd of zombies that were there. Alright, so that's the path that leads directly to the trailer park. The trailer park's probably not too bad of a spot to raid either, because it won't have all the gear that the fancier houses have, but I should still be able to find the essentials. And I very much like my chances now that I have this crowbar. Crowbar, good. Hey look, it's Homer Simpson's car. Okay, the music picked up all intense like, but I don't think any of them saw me. Yeah, we got some decent stuff in there. Nothing great, but if ever I want to fancy up my home. Swing batter batter. Yeah, finding the crowbar is such a game changer because I've heard, like I've seen people say that they've killed like 600 plus zombies and the crowbar is still only at like half durability. It can take forever for the thing to break, which is exactly what I need. Oh, I'm actually sleepy. Alright, so... Oh, the TV's on. It's pretty loud. Alright, because I'm starting to get drowsy. Ooh. I can learn a kick step. Anyway, because I'm getting pretty drowsy, unless I find something that'll help me stay awake, I think I'm just going to stay in this house, explore it, maybe dismantle some furniture. Paper clips are pretty useful. There. Yes, paper clips can be quite handy. So I'll take the box of paper clips. I don't know what I can use the staples for. Probably something. Unfortunately, a lot of the chairs and stuff in here probably require metalworking. Why would you ever watch anything other than Life and Living? Madness. How else will you get your fix of the horny woodcraft guy? Oh, this is on. No why, it doesn't have the emergency radio thing. Ooh, we got some cooking tools. Some food, not a lot of food, but some food. Now, I thought there was a second story to this place, but maybe there's not. It doesn't look like there is. Okay. CD, A Boy from Kentucky. Would have been real nice if there was a skill book in here. Yeah, I'm getting sleepy, so it would be really dangerous for me to try to go outside right now. How am I doing anyway? Not bad. I'm losing weight. Not gonna want to lose too much. There's some zombies wandering around out there. Sits. Sitting in the dark. Well, that's a problem. I'm stuck. Can I lift up that table? Yes. Perfect. Alright, do I have any furniture in here I feel like I can dismantle? Let's take apart this chair. Give me some raw materials and increase my carpentry skill. Give me something to do before I inevitably have to sleep. I got some nails. Scrap wood's not fantastic, but... Problem is, I kind of want to keep everything else. Actually, you know what? Nah. Fuck this table. This table gave me problems. Let's take apart this table. Wish I had more nails. Anyway, it's probably late enough I can take a nap. I'm getting pretty close to my end of stream, but what I'm planning on doing if I can... I'm pretty bloody, I should clean myself up, but nah, that can wait. Find some soap before I do that. I'm gonna have myself a little sleep. Can I sleep? Well, that's a problem. It's probably not a good idea for me to do this, but I'm going to exit the house. I'm going to try to head back down to the storage facility. Before I stop playing, I want to break down that door to see what's in the rest of the main building. Although prior to doing that, I should probably take some of that food with me. Let's keep it simple. Let's take the sardines and the corned beef. No, I hear some zombies are trip-trapping. Oh, I could have taken apart that table too. Yeah, I hear some zombies trip-trapping over there. But no, I can see how this can work. I mean, I don't have all the appliances I would like in the storage facility just yet, but I build up enough skill in certain things, I can certainly drag some stuff like a bigger fridge and such over here. I've already got a couple of generators, I found a sledgehammer. I got a halfway decent vehicle over there, it seems, I can use. Oh, I should probably turn that alarm off. Last thing I need is for that going off. Now, there was a zombie trying to beat down a door in here. Did it do it? There's one in there. I think it was here it was doing it? I don't see it, though. No, I believe this is where the sledgehammer was. So, let's see... Sledgy... There you are. Alright, so let's take that thing, and hopefully I'll be able to beat down that door. Once I finish that investigation, that will probably do for the night. Playing a dangerous game here because something might have broken in the middle of the night. If it did, I could be walking headlong into danger. Anyway, I'm not going to break the door down over there, that would be stupid. Oh shit, I can just straight up disassemble that door. I didn't even need... I didn't even need the sledgehammer for this. Well, it works for me. I should probably eat something first, though. Oh, I should have taken some curtains to, Yeah, I don't have enough material to barricade that either. Let's see, what can I eat? Now let's crack open the sardines and eat half of that. It's good for a start. But yeah, at some point I'm definitely going to want to get some kind of oven and a bigger fridge in here. Alright, so... if I'm truly unfortunate, there's a zombie on the other side of this, but we'll see what happens. I can't really build an oven. The only thing I can really build in terms of like a cooking utensil or a cooking thing is a campfire. However, I can find barbecues and stuff around that I can also bring in. At this point, I don't think I'm skilled enough to pick up most types of oven, but if I find a barbecue kicking around, that might be a good thing to bring over here. Ooh, boxes. Boxes of wonderment. Fertilizer, gravel bag, metal sheets, old suit pants. Ooh, denim strips, that might be handy for reinforcing what I'm wearing. Oh, there we go. We have a gun. It would be a terrible idea for me to use it. Of course I'm a nerd. How do you expect? What else did you expect? Also, there's a boonie hat. I can replace my, my khaki bucket hat with a boonie hat. Much like in real life, I'm gonna have to keep a collection of hats, though. No, we got some good stuff in this place. Again, a lot of it's not necessarily anything I need right now, but it's gonna come in handy in the future. Oh boy, a jar lid! That's not that exciting. What's behind door number? No, let's stick with one side of the building first. Door number 4. More boxes. Travel bag, fertilizer, bunch of paint. Pretty soon it's time to go back and catch my show. Nothing. Ah! Jesus Christ! Well, that almost ended my run right there. Alright, there's another one here somewhere. Where is it? Can't tell. Oh shit, yeah! Hockey stick! My true Canadian can show. Alright, we don't have anyone in there. A bunch of lawn furniture. There you are. Well, we got another generator. It's good. I can learn the twist. That's good. Paperclip. I have to get rid of those bodies and clean this place out at some point. Ooh, nice chair. WD-40, wrench, screwdriver, scrap metal. What's this map say? Oh, Murdaugh. Crazy Willie's trailer. Heard he turned. Hope all the guns are still there. A road trip to Murdaugh wouldn't be a bad idea at some point. Or Muldraugh, I should say. But yeah, playing as the other character, I've got a base set up right there. That's the medical center. And I've got a camp started down there. Jeez, I am, like, generator rich. Only problem is I can't actually do anything with them because I don't know how to use them yet. Ooh, what's this? Fishing rod. Okay, we've got some stuff for fishing, that's good too. What sounds like you in real life? I've completely forgotten about what I was just saying. Wouldn't know how to use a generator? Fair enough. I also don't really know. I mean, I know in vague terms. I don't think there's any bodies of water around this area, but there is a nice little, like, fishing shop up here, like a tackle shop up here. Wouldn't be a bad idea to set up a little fishing depot up that way eventually. But again, that's going to be plans for the future. Well, let's eat some sardine and do a little reading. Well, maybe I'll eat the sardine later. Let's just sit down and do a little reading while I'm waiting for my show to come on. Let's learn how to do the twist. And I think we're blocked in with fog again. That's great. Where in the pizza world are we today? Hello there, old boy. Pit pit. England, with the old English Renaissance pizza. Cheddar cheese, black pudding, egg and bacon. What? Black pudding? Lovingly layered on a thick pizza world crust. That pizza, I've eaten a lot of strange pizzas, but that sounds awful. What do you make of that, pal? Jolly fantastic, I'll say. And they open up the cook show with that? Now, I stood on the scales the other day. I got a shock, people. Got me to thinking about a show that celebrates the healthy life. So here it is, the salad special. Just because there's leaves don't mean you'll heave. Take a bowl, and as a base, throw in some lettuce. Then we add cheese, ham, and we're almost at bam. Let's add in some mayo. Maybe a little bit more mayo. Bam! Light and delicious. Just don't leave it too long, huh? Can't wait to hand this out to the team here. This bowl full of mayo. No, we read. Oh man, it's foggy as hell. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to do much. What I'd really like to do is find a carpentry book. That'd be real nice. Carpentry level 2 specifically. Alright, let's put away some stuff, and that'll have to do for tonight. Let's put you in there. Now, I'm definitely going to want the sledgehammer to, yeah, let's put that away for now, too. Because that's heavy as hell. Oh, you're going to imagine it's Ned Flanders doing the twist? I imagine that the Woodcraft dude looks like Ned Flanders because of that one Simpsons meme I saw. It's real funny that it seems like Project Zomboid fans are also big fans of The Simpsons. Well, I suppose it's not too big of a shock. And they really like making memes based off of the game involving scenes from The Simpsons, so you know. I don't really know why I have that equipped. I don't even have a gun. And the cooking guy is the urban peasant. Exactly. I think the cooking guy might be meant to represent, Emerald is that chef's name? I can't remember his full name. He was like a celebrity chef there for a while. I presume both of those maps are the same. Which is weird, but alright. I got anything else I can put away? Yeah, let's put away the annotated maps. I'll hang on to the plastic bag for now. You know what? If I have the crowbar, I doubt I'm going to need the splitting axe. I'll reserve that for cutting down trees. Put away the paper clips. Keep the bandages, I'll put away the wipes. That, plank. I don't need 2 plastic bags, I'll keep the screwdriver. Yeah, I want to keep that stuff just so I can dismantle things as I go along. Alright, I think I've got myself pared down as much as I would like. Go have a little snack. And yeah, food is going to be a priority, so I'm probably going to have to keep raiding the trailers up there. And as for food, I think I'm going to have to store it all into the main office rather than bring it down here yet, at least until I can get a fridge. Let me see something here. Can I just pick up that fridge? Okay, I don't need a tool for that, so hopefully the larger fridges are the same, because I'd like to pick up one of the big ones from up there and bring it down here. That truck over there works, so I can just use that to cart it down, probably. But that'll be for later. Probably use the office as more or less a base camp while I raid everything that's in the trailers. However, that's for a future stream, because that is definitely going to have to do it for now, because, oh god, it's 10 after 11. So, if if you happen to stop by to watch, I thank you very much for doing so, and hopefully you'll find folks join me again next time, which I don't know when I'm going to be able to stream again next, and when I do, it's just probably going to be more of this, because I have a problem. That problem is I'm addicted to this fucking game again. But until then, as always, I wish you a farewell, and I hope you have a great night. So long for now.